I threw down the Times of July 28, 2003. It was warm and damp in London. I sipped the last of my mid-morning coffee and rolled my chair along the work table to my desktop. The flashing Lotus Notes icon caught my attention, and I opened the email. It was from R, the head of records department. The note simply said, "Security is still in place for many more years. Trust R to make sure that a secret stayed a secret." R was the keeper of the official secrets that were so often spoken of in public. But it had been M who'd made this secret official for 50 years. Gregor, of course, was still alive, near the top of the Moscow hierarchy, and had his followers, some of whom were likewise sleeper agents for the West. All of their lives were at risk should the secret be revealed. Gregor had been a young compatriot of Gorbachev, Putin, and Yeltsin, an understudy, if you will. But circumstances brought him to the attention of SIS. This secret involved a mission that I had taken on back in the bad old days of the Cold War of 1984. M had called me to his office. I entered his office through the green leather doors.
Sit down, 007. Have you heard anything about our having a resource in Moscow?
No, sir.
Well, we might if what I'm hearing from our cousins is correct. Then again, we've had these things crop up before, and these people turn up dead.
What seems to be the problem, sir?
Amateurs. Bloody amateurs, that's what. The president, in his almighty wisdom, sent this fellow to meet with this new resource. His picture all over the papers, visiting Leningrad on a goodwill tour. They claim that he's to meet with this asset, Gregor, and confirm the intentions of the man. Like a comedian's going to be able to do that. He's traveling with a few CIA minders, but when he leaves Leningrad, he's coming to Heathrow. The PM wants us to debrief him first, as he was born here, and the cousins have agreed with the minders along for the ride. Now 5 are all up in arms about the very real security issues surrounding his arrival. But we have word from the consulate in Leningrad that one of the KGB thugs have been seen separately from their security teams. The problem is really that he's a Department 9 thug, one of their blowpipe fellows.
Smersh, sir? He must be after Gregor.
Exactly the CIA's opinion. We all assume that he knows that Gregor met with the envoy and is just covering all the bases. We really can't risk exposing Gregor by killing this thug, but I doubt that the word has gone far up the KGB pipeline. Now you have 2 missions entangled. Keep this thug away from the comedian, and if possible, convince him of the innocence of this comedian's meeting with Gregor. If Gregor is blown, we'll be missing an important link in a long-range plan to destabilize the Soviet bloc.
So you're saying the fate of the people in the Soviet Union is in the hands of a comedian?
Exactly. Our debriefers will need about 2 hours, and this comedian really can't disappear for that long with this thug on his trail.
Could he visit the prince and princess, sir? Photo ops with the new baby, etc., behind closed doors, private royal performance, that sort of thing? That would make the task of debriefing easier, without actually bringing him to Century House.
Fine idea, James. I'll get right on to 5 about it. Now, all that you have to do is make sure that thug doesn't get close enough to smell a rat.
Well, hello, Mr. Bond. Are you going to be talking to me today? Call me Les.
Call me James. I thought that you might like to visit Her Highness, Princess Diana, while you're here and speak with our people there. Our Russian desk man can meet you off the main lobby at Kensington. 5 have leaked to BBC your visit. Are you a golfer, Les?
It is an excellent idea, James. It's a very high-profile event. I'd like to see Little William. I golf every day, James. Every day, one of the perks of being famous, rich, and surviving the wars. You know that I was with the OSS and SOE? Franklin D. himself recruited me and turned me over to Donovan. I've been working the bright lights and the back alleys ever since. That tag I picked up in Leningrad won't be able to justify putting any pressure on Gregor.
No one told me that you already knew about the fellow following you.
Knew? It was me that pointed him out to my bodyguards. They are young and tough, but not too experienced. I know enough about those fellows to stay out of their line of sight. I really don't want to die of some esoteric poison. Well, this must be my car. Next time that you're in California, James, we'll have to have a round of golf.
Only if you'll do the same when you are here. My card.
I'd be happy to.
His CIA minders dropped Les off at Kensington Palace, and let Special Branch handle further security. The Prince and Princess brought William to the public patio so the BBC could take pictures of them with their American guest. We had named the thug Ivan. Ivan was in the crowd behind the rope. After about half an hour, the BBC went away and everyone went back into the residence. Ivan had headed to a known house used by East German diplomats. BBC reported the story, and Ivan appeared prominently on their video. 5 vigorously complained to the Russian embassy about one of their men getting so close to the prince. Ivan was gone in about 3 hours. Les got his interview and spilled all the news about Gregor. Over the years, I met Les for golf twice in California, once in Dublin, once in Edinburgh, and I played in 2 of Les's classics. I hope that Gregor remembered the man that had helped destroy the Soviet Union. He was one of the few very nice, rich men I have encountered in my lifetime. The Times headline glared at me, "Leslie Town's Bob Hope dies at 100. I will always remember the classic where I made the cut and finished in the middle of the pack at 2 under.
From Moscow's chilly streets, a mission's been assigned. Leslie Town in shadows, his courage intertwined. Through Moscow's quiet alleys, he strides with stealthy ease, plodding on a journey like a whisper on the breeze. A ticket in his pocket, he throws on his mind to meet a man named James. Their fates now align, with a suitcase full of secrets and a plan long drawn. They'll conquer old mistrust, send it all but gone. A ticket in his pocket, he throws on his mind to meet a man named James. Their fates now align, with a suitcase full of secrets and a plan long drawn. They'll conquer old mistrust, send it all but gone. What will we do without hope? The laughter and the light. With Leslie on a mission, everything seems right. To Buckingham they go, where royals gently reign, in rooms of gilded splendor, plotting peace again. Conversations twinkle like chandeliers above, crafting a tomorrow fueled by wit and love. Through corridors of power and history they glide, with handshakes firm and knowing by honor they abide. A pact that's built on humor and promises of cheer. The Cold War melts to warmth, its end is drawing near. What will we do without hope? The jester and the sage, with Leslie and dear James, we're flipping history's page.